It's Clark and Perry on the case. Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry.
Do what it takes.
Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry. Investigate.
The activities and interests of local artists in the Windy City's finest throughout both Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, Alberta. Available on TELUS, Optic TV, On Demand, VidFlex, YouTube, and more for limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
Da-na-na-na.
Hello again. Welcome to the Windy City's finest. I'm Clark. He's Perry, and we are joined once again by Theresa Eisenbarth as well too. And unlike before, where we just had our part one in the humble home studio as well too, being able to paint, feel the colors as well too, we've decided to come on down to get some aromatic kitchenware and get prepped for what looks like to be a cooking session as well too. What do we have planned for today?
Today we're going to make the Italian chicken piccata.
Italian chicken
Yeah,
piccata.
very classic dish, delicious,
Excellent,
subtle,
excellent.
beautiful dish to make.
I love it, I love it. What typically is your inspiration when you come into the kitchen?
Well, that's interesting because I'm Dutch heritage, but I love to cook Italian because I was a Rotary Exchange student
Really?
for a year, and I lived in Rome, Italy for a year.
Wow, that's
Yes,
amazing.
I know, yes. So
Well-
I'm very thankful for Rotary for sending me all those years ago. So right out of school, I
Yeah.
applied, and blonde and blue-eyed, long hair,
Yeah.
and off I was to Italy.
And
so
Italians are very serious about their cooking as well too.
they are, but it's simple cooking.
But it's
not
simple.
Very, no, Roman cooking is very simple cooking.
That's good. That's good. Well, that keeps me comfortable because I'm only going to have so much to
Yeah.
give as well too. I'm really excited. I see lots of like lovely ingredients as well too. We got some chicken, we got some lemon, we got some a shallot as well too. We got some garlic and some crackers as well. I'm excited to see how we're going to use everything here.
Awesome.
Excellent. So I'm really excited to see what we have to do with all these ingredients. So where exactly do we start?
Well, you're going to crack a few eggs into that dish right there.
Okay.
And then here's your little whisk.
Okay.
You're going to whisk it up, and we're going to make, we're going to dredge the chicken into the flour, the egg, and then back again.
Okay.
But we got to do something with the chicken here first.
Okay, perfect.
So
One
crack
step at a
those
time.
eggs in there.
We washed our hands just prior to
Yes,
this
we
as well
did.
too.
And this is my little compost bin, so you can throw
Excellent.
the
Okay.
eggshells in there.
I'll have some of that. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got.
Oh, look at that.
Uno.
Just cracking.
Dos.
No pressure.
I have to be
Watch
the
those
first time I'm
shells.
doing it on camera. Excellent. All right.
And then we'll just whisk that up like you would if you're doing an omelet.
Okay, perfect. Let's just break these up a little bit.
Get the elbow grease in there.
I can really feel it. Okay, this is good. This is good.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now we're
Excellent.
going to switch spots, and you're going to come over here, and you're going to put the chicken on the paper towel.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
perfect.
So
Sounds
let's
good.
get rid of that. We don't need that anymore.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you're going to take the chicken, and you're going to put it on the paper towel. Just one
Okay.
chicken.
Perfect. Sounds good. So where exactly did you learn this recipe?
So interestingly enough, I had cooked a very similar dish to this, but
Mhm.
everyone in my family, I come from a large family,
Yeah.
and it's very competitive cooking.
Of course.
And everybody is a fabulous cook. So my sister in Regina had made this for us, and I liked it better than the other dish that I had. I did like a pan-seared chicken with pasta.
That's okay. Sometimes you
And
gotta humbly
this one-
admit defeat.
This one is just a little bit more nice, subtle flavors
Yeah.
with the lemon added to
Mhm,
it. So that's how I learned how to make it. And then I got a cookbook from my other sister,
Yeah.
who's competitive too. And in that, it had a really good chicken piccata recipe.
And just to clarify, competitive, like, are you talking about like they're going to competitions, they're
No,
going to
they're
World
not.
Star?
But you know, when you have a big family celebration or a barbecue, or you know, someone's always bringing the new favorite dish.
Yeah.
or-
Every holiday is
and
the
everything
competition.
is, everything tastes fabulous. So
Yep.
it's good. They're
Yeah.
all good cooks.
That's absolutely
so
perfect.
To live in my family, you have to know how to cook.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. So now you want to take 2 of the paper towels.
2 of the paper towels.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then you want to put it over top of the chicken.
Over the top of the chicken.
And you're going to take that meat pounder.
Oh, okay. This is
Okay.
a tool I haven't used before.
Yes.
So
Okay. So you'll notice that it's got the ribs on this side.
Okay.
And that's to pound the meat down.
okay,
So you
perfect.
can use it for beef or chicken or whatever. And it's going to flatten the chicken.
And just flatten it.
Yeah.
So
Off you go. Pound
okay.
away.
I don't know if is there like a proper method or technique of
No,
some kind?
No,
you
wanna
just
get
go
flat.
for it.
Yeah,
you just go for it.
it.
It's really just It's actually working quite well as well too. I don't know if
And so with the chicken too, you don't want the chicken to have a lot of moisture in it. That's why I do it in paper towel. The other way to do it is with like parchment paper.
Right. Okay.
And so it doesn't splatter everywhere as you're pounding it.
That makes sense because you want to keep it nice and dry to kind of absorb those spices and flour that we're about to put on.
Yes. Okay, that's probably good enough.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
have a peek.
That's good enough.
And sometimes you'll see it's quite dry.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, so let's do a switcheroony. And we're going to put that one in there, and you're going to put that one in there.
Okay, perfect.
In the dish, yeah.
He is
It's
truly
dry.
flattened.
Good paper
truly
towels,
flattened.
right?
There we go, yeah.
And you're going to do the same with this chicken breast.
Excellent. Okay, awesome. We got to line up where
Yeah.
know where it's at. I can definitely feel somebody being like, huh. Let's just go for it. Ah! Just really feel it.
Yeah. That probably should be good.
Okay.
Have a peek.
Really
What do you
dry as
think?
that stuff
Is that
just
good?
peels. Oh yeah, that's even flatter than the last
All
one.
right. So now you're going to stick it. So that one you can actually put in the flour now.
Okay.
So
perfect.
in the flour, I put salt, pepper. I put sea salt, actually, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder.
The special
And then I
blend
think-
of herbs and spices.
And I think we can add like a little bit extra. Sometimes if I have like the Italian breadcrumbs that are seasoned with parsley, I will put that in with the flour mix too.
Mm-hmm.
So stick that in there.
Here we go.
And we want to dredge that in the flour. Right? We're going to get it good and coated. And what I have found from the recipe is that it's very beneficial to do this twice.
That's right.
So it really sticks to the chicken. So, and then we're going to put it in the...
Sometimes we got to attend to family members as well too.
We've got the dog we have to attend to.
A little partner that's trying to get outside as well too. Ding dong, it's time to go out. Here,
she does not know.
I'll wash my hands here real quick, and I'll
does not know
let
what's
them out.
going on. So it's the in and out game. And then I'm going to put the chicken back in. After I dredge it in the egg mixture, I'm putting it back into the flour. I'll just keep on talking and working.
That is okay. You mentioned before that you're basing this off of a recipe. Now, what exactly to you? What do you get exactly out of the recipe versus your own cooking? There you go, family member.
Like, what do you mean? Sorry.
I guess what I mean is, what do you prefer? Like in painting, for example, we went off of kind of a script as well too.
Yeah.
Do you prefer? Are there any experiences that you have that it's very au naturel when it comes to cooking as well too?
I'm a good cook because I don't really measure a lot.
There we go. I've heard that saying before as well too. That's very interesting.
And when I grew up, my mom learned to be a good cook. She was from Holland and really had no idea how to cook, but she married my dad who was German, and his mother was a fabulous cook and taught my mom how to cook. But my mom never measured either. So I guess I grew up watching her cook.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when she passed away, if you didn't have the recipe written down, you had no idea how she made stuff. So I did get a few recipes though.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm not a good baker because I don't measure. And baking is very precise.
That is very precise.
And cooking is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to throw that in the garbage. So my garbage bin is just right to the right there. Just open up right here.
Oh, right there. Excellent.
There you go. I'm going to wash my hands. And we're going to get rid of the egg and the flour because we don't need that anymore.
Okay, perfect. Allow me to take that away from
scent here. Put that off to the side here on the sink.
Excellent.
And I've made a real mess, but that's what happens when you make this dish. You make a mess.
That's okay. Exactly. The kitchen is always full of love.
It is full of love. Okay, just pile it all in there. Okay, so now we have our pounded chicken, which is great. So you can re-season it with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder.
Excellent. This one is the one that I have been told not to measure. When it comes to spices and everything, you just kind of go based off of feel when you just feel like it's enough.
Well, I think when you're cooking, you probably do like, you get used to doing like what you like. So you do like 5 turns, 6 turns or whatever.
Right.
That's
How many
basically what I-
turns for
I
you?
don't know. I don't know. That's pretty quiet. I think I'm a little rougher when I do the pepper. than
Okay,
you do.
perfect. Perfect. All right, that's good to know. I just want to make sure it's not too much.
Okay, that's good. Now do some
Excellent.
salt. That's sea salt, that Hawaiian pink sea
Mm.
salt.
I have the same stuff at home
Yeah,
as well
it's
too.
really
This is
good.
really nice.
Okay, so that's good. We don't use too much of that.
Excellent.
And a little bit of garlic powder sprinkle.
Ooh. Now I noticed that we have whole garlic as well too. What's the plan for this over here?
We're going to put that through the crusher, and that's for later on for our sauce, as well as the shallots.
I want to make sure that I don't over apply as well too here.
Okay, you want me
Do you
to
have
do
a?
it?
Do you have a? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
Just like that.
Excellent. Okay. Perfect. Sometimes you got to let the pros do it.
Yeah. Okay. So now that our chicken is done, let's put that off to the side, and we have canola oil in the fry pan.
That's right. That's right. Here,
Okay.
let's take a look at that as well too.
So we're going to turn this up. Okay, we've got a little bit of canola oil, and then we have our water for our pasta kind of brewing here, and it's hot. And before we forget, I'm not sure how you cook your pasta, but I always put a couple of little spoons of salt.
Salt, yes, yes.
To
I
cook
try
it.
my best to make it al dente as well too,
Yeah.
as much as I can.
Well, and this is fresh pasta, so it shouldn't take that long to cook.
Very nice.
Okay. If my husband was home, he would have made the pasta from scratch. I don't do that because I'm a little lazy when it comes to that.
Hey, that's okay.
He
No tea,
does
no
do
shade.
his from scratch. Okay.
Amazing.
Now we're going to do the garlic.
Okay.
And we can do the shallots at the same time, and then just put them back in the bowls. So
Okay.
The garlic, when you have your peel, right, you can use your knife to crush
And just
it.
crush it up.
Yeah.
Makes it really nice to kind of peel
Super
away from
simple,
that
right?
point. Let's give that a shot right there.
Nyamiri, you are not going out again.
Especially when we got needy family
Yes,
members right there.
Very needy. And then we're going to crush this, and we're going to stick it back in. Doesn't matter what bowl we put it back in.
Oh, that is such a handy tool. Like I said, I don't have a lot of these tools myself at home.
Well, this
but
is
the-
you need a.
I'm
you need
I'm taking
this.
notes. I'm taking notes.
And you need a good knife. This
Mhm.
is a Japanese knife. I'm not
Yeah.
going to show the brand, but it's a very good knife, and we have a few of them. So when you get a little bit older, or you don't know what to buy each other, then you start buying knives for the kitchen.
Mhm.
And then we're going to get that shallot
Okay.
cut up,
Excellent.
and that's also going to go in our sauce.
Okay,
In
perfect.
the end, and we'll just finish this last one, and then we're going to get our lemons done. This is probably another thing that you don't have. That's the best tool ever.
A little lemon juicer.
A little lemon juicer, so necessary for the kitchen.
Amazing, amazing. I'm actually very excited to see how this is going to work out. You just
not
go
have
and you
this?
squeeze. I don't have this. I
Oh,
don't have this.
oh, really? It's like the best.
And it
thing.
catches the seeds and everything
Yes,
as well
it's
too.
like the best thing ever. And I have another one.
Mhm.
There's another version. I'll bring it out and show you. It's a
Mhm.
squeeze version, but definitely not as good as this. So
I'm saying from the younger chef's perspective here, these two tools that I've just witnessed right now, I'm definitely picking up on my way
Yeah.
home. That's amazing.
okay, so we want to do 3 of those.
And we're just going to be cutting up the shallot as well
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, so take the skin off,
Oh, right.
right?
Getting a little ahead of myself.
Fuzzy, go lay down. You're all done. Nope. Somebody's thinking that they're not getting any attention.
Oh, it's just for a couple hours.
It is. I know. Okay. So then you just clean that up like that. And then you have about, a quarter cup lemon juice. It calls for a quarter cup, but I use a little bit more for the sauce, and I use a little bit more than what it calls for the chicken broth, because I like a little bit more sauce than what
Right.
they have in the recipe, because the sauce is what makes the dish. And then we're going to cut this lemon up, so we've got some slices, and this is also going to go in our sauce. So it's it's not an overpowering lemon taste. It's just a really nice subtle flavor. Okay,
Amazing.
so we're going to put that in there like that. So now we have our garlic, we have our lemons. And we're going to move that all over here.
So when it comes to Italian cooking as well too, you said that the ingredients are very simple. Are there other recipes that share the same ingredients that we're kind of using right here?
Well, Roman food is very simple.
Roman food,
So
yes. There we go.
Italians are very particular about the region in which they live. So somebody from Umbria or Tuscany has totally different dishes, and theirs are always better than the other region. Although it's similar, right?
Competitions,
And
right?
And you have
Competition.
to remember that Italy didn't become a state until, I think it was 1949, right? So it
That's
didn't
right.
actually, sorry, not a state. It didn't become a country until after World War II.
That's right.
So they are independent, I think they called it republics. Yeah, and there's still one in Italy that is not part of Italy. And it's towards, like, it's just east of Rome, and it's on the Adriatic
It's
coast.
so fun to think that history has such a huge indicator of how exactly we cook.
Yes.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, not only does it depend on geographical regions, all that stuff as well too, but it really just comes down to what exactly we're doing.
Chop, chop.
Perfect.
So
All right.
I would chop it in half first.
Half first. Okay. Perfect.
And then cut it.
Ah, that makes it easier so it's not rolling around all over the
There you
place.
go. There.
Excellent.
Chop, chop, chop. Look at you go.
Hey, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That's what I've always been told.
Those knives are really sharp. So you want
Really sharp. So I'm trying to make sure I'm using my knuckles to keep it away from my
you're an expert.
I got a very stern mother. That's what I have.
That's awesome.
Who has been really trying to grill into me how exactly to cook as well too.
All right, and I do
Excellent.
like this. This is a pie dough scraper, but I use it often to scoop up food off of my cutting board.
Third tool.
Yep.
Tool. We're writing this down.
I think for Christmas I'll buy my kids one of these. So this last Christmas they got the lemon juicer. This Christmas they got a vegetable strainer.
I just got that this Christmas as well too.
That's also another must.
Yeah,
simple thing, but super handy.
So I know that we're using a lot of fresh ingredients as well too. But do you cheat occasionally? Do you use frozen ingredients in most of your everyday cooking?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I use fresh.
Why
stuff.
is that?
Because of flavor.
Because of the flavor.
But groceries are so expensive now too. Saying that, in the winter, I don't know. Like when you can't get cauliflower, for instance, at a good price, I will substitute that in the winter time and use like frozen. But in the summer not, because I mean, in Medicine Hat, I'm not sure about everywhere else in Alberta, but we have such good markets and farm markets in Redcliffe, and on Saturdays we've got a big farmers market, so you can get local produce at quite a reasonable cost.
It's very like we've had the chance to kind of explore around, and this is not our first episode here as well too. And that's what I find. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here as well too.
But Medicine Hat is also known for greenhouses. We have huge greenhouses all around Medicine Hat. I don't know if Lethbridge has those.
We don't.
Yeah, so you can
I'm
buy,
already salivating
you
thinking
can buy
about greenhouses in
and
Lethbridge.
I was gonna text you and say stop at a greenhouse before so you could take stuff home with you.
Yeah.
But you can buy a bag of cucumbers for $2, like the long English ones would cost you $3 for one in the store. You can buy them a bag of 2 or a bag of 5, and peppers, living lettuce.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, every kind of tomato, cherry tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, eggplant, herbs, like you can buy pretty well a lot at the greenhouse. So if we were doing Greek night tonight, I would have made what I call the Medicine Hat salad, which is a Greek salad because it uses all the local vegetables.
I was in Greece last October. We're gonna have to come back.
We're
gonna have to come back.
We can do some Greek cooking.
Can't wait.
So we've got all of our stuff done now.
Excellent.
And we are going to need our spoon. Okay, so we want to turn up. So we've got the canola oil in there.
Okay, perfect. We got it already inside the pan. We got this, what looks like be boiling.
And I think
Excellent.
we can put the pasta in here.
Okay, perfect.
Because it'll only take a few minutes to cook, so just stick all of that in there.
There we go.
There we go. And then we'll just kind of put that off to the side so we don't forget about it. And we'll turn that up. There we go. Got our salt in there. We're going to turn that up. And then we're going to turn up our oil because we want this super hot.
Excellent, excellent. Here, come on in. Get a nice little look at that. I hope you can smell it. I hope you can smell it from where we're standing as well, too. It's really nice.
We're just going to watch that so it doesn't boil
over.
Okay,
right on.
Okay, so we'll let this heat up, and then we're going to put our chicken in here. And we do need another set of tongs. So let me find a set.
Hey, no worries. So this whole entree, this meal that we're about to have as well too, I got a question. It might be related a little bit to what you were showing us off with your painting skills and everything.
Yeah.
What does this pair with?
Pair with in terms of drinking. Oh, right. Oh my God.
I think we
Local
have
beer.
something.
You gotta have some local beer.
Oh my goodness. And I
Yes.
believe we have your brand on this. Is that right?
Yes, I am. This is a painting I did of Medicine Hat, or Finley Bridge, which is one of the oldest bridges in Western Canada. And I painted this for a fundraiser for Medicine Hat Brewing Company. And look at that.
Oh, that's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it.
So it was a fundraiser for our local hospital,
Yeah.
and and all the money and the donations went to the hospital for that, and $1 out of every 4-pack went to the charity as well.
Oh, that's
So they did
that's
2,000 cans, and it was so exciting to go when it was rolling off the line. Oh my God, it was so exciting.
excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it was thrilling. So
Well, for folks who may or may not be trying at home as well too, now they know something that it can pair with as well too.
So
That's
if
good.
you're in Medicine Hat, it's called Finley Crossing. You can get it at the Co-op and Medicine Hat Brewing Company.
Perfect.
Yes,
Excellent.
awesome.
Thank you so much. All right. So we're about to put the chicken into the oil.
I think we'll be good.
All right. All right. I think
I burnt my finger before, so I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay.
The tongs.
All right. I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right, there's tongs,
Got these hands.
and we're gonna put it in there.
These tongs. Had our first burn.
So I'm not sure if it became clear, but I double coated this.
Double coated this.
So I put it in the flour, then the egg mixture, and then back in the flour.
Okay.
Because otherwise it doesn't stick to the chicken as good as it should.
As well.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get rid of that.
Excellent. So how long do we let this sit here?
So we're gonna fry this in the oil. We're gonna put the lid on that for a little bit. Turn it up a little bit.
Right up to
And
high.
it does cook very fast because we flatten that chicken out. So you don't have the thickness of the chicken, right? So it cooks quite fast.
It
faster
saves
than,
time.
It saves time
Oh
faster
my
than
goodness,
you
you
would think.
just you just let
There
that.
you go,
There we
yeah.
go. That's okay. Hey, that happens on every pasta dish as
And
well
because
too.
it's fresher pasta, it's not the hard pasta in a box.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to cook. So we're going to turn this down. And this burner
Perfect.
is super hot on the stove. It's not a commercial stove, but I tell you, we've had this stove since probably 2009, and it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
You just have to watch on some of the burners, right?
That's right. I'm still kind of. We still have a needy Nelly over
a
there.
Needy Nelly. Okay, if no barking outside though, you're gonna annoy everybody. Out.
I am still
I'm gonna
flabbergasted that I didn't realize that you can cook the chicken faster just by flattening it.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
you have just upped the priority on
Yeah,
when I'm going to be getting one of
so
these
if
meat
you have,
tenderizers as well too.
you've got to do a meal.
Needy Nelly. This is what
No,
I'm saying.
That's
Needy
enough.
Nelly. Well, let's take a look over here. Yeah, we're not overboiling on that. We learned once as well too, and this seems to be cooking just fine.
So now that it's been in there a little bit, like I usually like to lift it up, get one piece of chicken, and see what the bottom looks like.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh.
So these, if you go down,
Ooh.
go up, they lock. Down is open. Up is locked.
I see the little pin that's working. Before I was like, witchcraft!
So that's not quite done yet.
Okay, sounds good. Let's just do that one more time so we can get a nice little look.
That's not quite done yet. So
Not
we
quite.
want it kind of brown on the bottom. So we're
Okay.
going to put that lid back on and we're going to leave it.
Okay,
See?
excellent.
See, look at that.
That's
Magic.
amazing.
Another good kitchen gadget.
Another one.
And this
one,
is my
seems.
favorite spoon. I have no idea who makes it.
Mhm.
I think I bought it at London Drugs, but I love it because you can measure with it.
Really?
Good stocking stuffer. You can measure with it, and yet it's a spatula, a spoon, and scraper all in one.
No way.
I know. I'm getting that for Christmas for my
Perry,
kids.
write notes.
Yeah.
Write notes, Perry.
I know. Well, when you cook a lot, you want, just like in painting, you want more finer and finer stuff as you get better.
And everybody has to cook at some point or another, right? They have to. Not only like do people just find it, they need it. They need to in order to eat and all that. But again, kind of just that previous conversation we have, like we have so many people that just have their own, it's a really communal and family-like thing as well too.
Yeah.
Those friendly competitions that you have just at Christmas or Thanksgiving time as well too, just kind of brings everybody together.
And you know what? As you grow older, what do you remember from growing up? You remember what your mom made for Christmas? You remember what your mom made for Thanksgiving? Like
Nana's chicken pot pie.
It's a real emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
Food is a real emotional attachment. I mean, like anything, that can get out of control. But you know, I make all my favorite dishes from my mom. I've learned how to make them. My husband makes all the dishes from his mom.
Yeah.
And he learned how to make all of those because once they pass away, it's something that you can share with your kids.
Exactly.
And your grandkids or
and pass it on and let it evolve. And
exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. How are we looking on the chicken over here?
I think we're gonna flip. We want to be careful because
that looks
of the oil.
beautifully golden.
There, look at that.
Excellent.
There you go.
And I saw that we turned this off as well too.
We're
This
just
is looking pretty nice.
Rest. Yep.
Let it rest
pretty
inside.
well all done, and then we'll strain that in a few minutes.
Okay, perfect.
We'll just finish this, and then after this, we're gonna make the sauce.
Ooh, this is something now I have zero experience in. I've tried it once and epically failed, but
make a sauce?
Yes, to make a sauce. I tried to do a tomato sauce. It was coming out way too chunky, and then I tried to make a cheese sauce for like a
like with a roux, a homemade
like a roux.
Cheese?
Yep, yeah, and no, it didn't. It was very runny.
We need to do a lesson on that then. Too.
I think we do. I think we got time for it.
The first thing my kids learned how to make was homemade mac and cheese.
Well, that was the thing. I found early university, everybody's trying out like the classic KD and all that stuff too. You have to just evolve. You got to break out of the mold. You got to get that homemade mac and cheese.
Once you make your own homemade mac and cheese and then you go back to KD, there's just no comparison.
I can't.
But you know what? When kids are growing up and their palates aren't really established, there's nothing wrong with KD.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a home treasure. When I lived in Italy, I missed KD, I missed Campbell soup,
really,
mushroom soup, chicken noodle soup, and Lipton chicken noodle soup. Those are my favorites.
Campbell soup, I can definitely get behind.
Yeah,
that actually does bring up some memories.
Yeah,
as well,
you know, when you're sick and your mom's gone, you need to have something to cook. I mean, you do need to.
And the tomato soup with grilled cheese is a classic, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So how are we looking like over here?
We're looking pretty good. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because again, this is a very hot burner. I think that's pretty good.
And I see that you're kind of lifting the lid like very off to an angle as well too, just to prevent that oil
splattering and the burning in, right?
That's perfect.
So we are going to get the plate that no, we're going to get a platter.
Okay, perfect.
Just to put that on. And we're going to get that out of there. I think it's probably good. Oh, see, I can't even figure out which way to go. All right. Just going to do one more flip.
That is looking a perfect golden brown.
Golden brown, that's what you want. Have you ever made fried chicken?
I have not, no. I've made pork shoulder as well too. Like I've had a pork shoulder roast. Yeah. Been able to do that with lots of garlic as well too. Good. That's been pretty tasty. And Instant Pot was definitely my favorite tool for the job.
Oh, see, I don't even have an Instant Pot.
Really?
I have a Dutch oven, and I use that.
And that's totally fine too. I found that it just has replaced, especially myself being early in my cooking career, a very handy tool.
Okay, so let's tent that with some tin foil.
Excellent.
And make sure that we got
this out of the way.
A little bit of egg there, but that's okay. We'll remove all that stuff over.
Just to keep that heat in there for the most part while it's sitting and waiting.
We're going to make the sauce.
Okay, perfect.
So wipe that up quick. And we turn that off, right?
We sure did. Yep.
Okay, so sauce is super quick. Now we need to get the grease out of the pan. So we're going to open up the garbage.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, because I don't use all this.
We have a ton of paper towel.
Do I have lots of paper towel in there?
Lots of paper towel in there.
Okay, and I'm just going to pour that in there because I got to get rid of it and hopefully it doesn't burn to the bottom.
Excellent.
Okay, so
we're good.
We're good.
Tucked
so we're
away.
Put the heat back on. Okay, and we are going to put our shallots in there.
Excellent.
Here's your spoon.
Thank you very
And
much.
you're going to put your garlic in there. And extra touch, what I like to add is a little bit of prosciutto. And I'll cut that up into about 1-inch strips.
Some beautifully crushed garlic as well too, with that tool that Perry wrote down.
Yeah, and now I have to put my glasses on because I can't see. Where are we? Okay.
Oh, wow.
So stir that
If you
around
folks
a little
can
bit.
smell that, smells like home.
So about 30 seconds, just stir it all around.
Excellent.
And we're just going to cook that prosciutto and the onions a little bit.
Yep. Stir that around, split that up a little bit, get away from the chunks.
And then try and scrape the bottom and get some of the bits.
Yeah, this stuff over here.
Yeah, you want it to cook in that. And then what I do is once it's in there for a little bit.
Is that broth that we
that's
got?
chicken broth.
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go.
There you go.
Ooh. Mmm.
Lemons.
Oh, wow. Fresh ingredients will really taste the vine.
And our lemon juice. And our capers. Lots of stuff. So we're going to cook that up a little bit, and then we're going to add the rest of our chicken broth.
Excellent.
Okay.
We just got it started just to kind of get everything nice and cooked a
Yeah.
little bit at the bottom.
So we're going to sim that, cook it so it reduces a little bit. Right, and turn it up a little bit, and then we're going to add our butter.
Okay. And you said the rest of the chicken broth as well, too?
Yes, we're going to put the rest of that in there.
Perfect. Allow me.
Yeah. So once you have it all prepped on the counter, it's not
Thank you
that
so
hard
much.
to make, right?
No, it's all nice and ready. I think it's more or less the preparation that takes the longest for me, and in my experience.
It does, the prep, yeah. And actually, this is a simple dish. It's not a lot of prep. And you don't have to have the prosciutto in there. You could put olives in there, right? If you have Kalamata olives,
Yep.
We're talking about Greek food, you could put that in there, and that gives a nice flavor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things you probably could add to
And
it,
I mean,
but those are the two I do.
I know lots of other people would just easily just throw in bacon.
Yeah.
What's
and
your
you
ruling
can-
on
and-
bacon?
and- no, I love bacon. You can use bacon too. If you didn't have prosciutto, you could definitely use a couple slices of bacon.
That's
or
fair.
pancetta is Italian. You
Okay.
can use that. That's a greasy bacon.
Excellent.
Yeah, that
Excellent.
works good too. It's just you don't want to use a lot of it because you don't want to overpower the dish.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's just an extra little. It's really salt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's adding that little bit of salt.
One of those core ingredients that really just makes the dish
Okay,
all come together.
so let's put one stick in at a time.
Okay.
And then you can stir that around.
So we're adding one stick at a time. What?
Just so it melts.
Just so it melts easier? Okay.
Evenly.
Nice.
So you want to stir that in, like do a stir, kind of.
Okay. There
And
we
then we're going to
go.
put another stick in once that's kind of melted.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is where the love comes in.
This is really comes in. How much butter do you use? Is how much you love the family.
Yeah. Butter and bacon and
Yeah.
prosciutto and all the good stuff. So we're going to let that melt. So just kind of one at a time.
It really thickens it up as well
it
too.
does,
I can already tell.
Well, you need the fat with the lemon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you could make this at home.
I could.
You
I
would
could.
be like the best boyfriend ever.
Perry, write this down. It's all these tools and tips of the trade as well too that really help.
And our last scoop of butter.
So I've read in a few different places that it actually takes you about 6 years to be actually competent and comfortable with cooking. When would you say that you were comfortable and competent at cooking?
You know what?
It sounded like it was pretty early for you.
We grew up different because we were in a family of 8. And, my older siblings, when they were 13, 14, were cooking for us.
Really?
So we always watched our mom in the kitchen. And even though she didn't show us how to make stuff, you kind of knew what she did because we were always in the kitchen while she was cooking. And you know what? That's not a bad thing, right? You spend time visiting, talking about your day. That's kind of the only time we visited. Because, a family of 8 kids, it was busy. My mom had a garden. She
Yep.
was cleaning, doing laundry. Like, you just really didn't get that much time to visit. So
Absolutely.
in the kitchen when she was cooking was your time to tell her about your day or see what she had to say about stuff.
And
right?
she figured if she's got extra people in the space, she might as well have some help.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Although she would slap our hands if we did things wrong.
Ooh.
No, it was just a friendly slap.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to put some parsley in there
Excellent.
from my garden. I have a big garden too, so I always plant fresh herbs for the summer.
So this might be actually a little funny to bring up, but we actually interviewed a forager as well too, who actually forages weed plants and eats them.
Well,
We brought in and actually had like a dandelion substitute from its taproot. Have you ever have you ever experienced or anything in regards to
Yes.
that?
Yes, because when I lived in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
Roman culture is they have eaten dandelions and weeds for thousands of years.
Really? Yeah.
It's a very European thing to do.
It makes so much sense.
And they don't spray their grasses so that
Yeah.
they can go out and forage and pick, because dandelion leaves are very tasty.
Mhm.
They're peppery, kind of like arugula a little bit,
Yeah.
but they're very good for you. But they don't spray just because of that.
It's what I truly really enjoy about this project here with Perry and myself is that we just get to learn so much, because I had no idea this existed in the first
Yeah,
place, and I was
yeah,
like,
it
"Whoa,
is.
this
So-
is insane!"
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna turn that off. Sauce
Okay.
is done.
Excellent. Sauce is done.
So sometimes you can put like a little Parmesan in here.
Mm-hmm.
So that adds salt, right? That sharp taste. You can stir that in. And then we're going to drain the noodles. Good.
I think so.
All right, so let's drain the noodles.
There we go. Just saw a little spot there.
Okay, perfect. Oh, it's looking good.
Mm.
Smells good.
Like I said, if folks could smell it right now,
Mhm.
it's smelling
Okay,
nice.
so if you want to grab that, I know I got a little bit of a mess here, but I do have a strainer in the sink.
Okay, no worries.
So we're just gonna pour that in there. So I'm sorry, but cooking, you do make a mess with a lot of dishes.
Yes, absolutely. No, that is a totally welcome thing.
All right.
It is the
so-
reality of all cooking.
All right, now I've tumbled them all over. Okay, we're gonna stick that in there like that.
Extra hands.
Okay, and we're gonna maybe smooth that around a little bit so it looks a little bit prettier. And then we're gonna take our chicken. And we're gonna don't forget the chicken.
I jumped ahead.
Put that on top. Which way did I say they opened? See?
Down to
Oh,
open, I believe.
Down to open.
There we go.
And so these pieces, you see how big they get?
Yeah.
From that chicken breast?
Yeah.
So when you have people over, that's super impressive, right?
Mm.
We're going to plate this.
Everybody's
like
going to
this.
ask where you got it.
There you go. Get some juices on there.
Perfect. Don't want to lose
Okay.
those.
And then we're going to cut a little bit of this extra parsley. I'll let you do that on top of there
Okay, excellent.
with the scissors.
I feel like I was just at home. I've never had to cut parsley, but I was watching you do it. Just like this.
And then the big finale is our sauce is going to go right on top, and then we're just going to mix it in.
Yep. Snip a snip a snip. There we go. We got some bigger chunks, got some little
Mhm.
chunks, some variety, some flavor variety. All right.
So
Perfect.
I didn't tell you about my Italian cooking tour.
No, not yet. Not yet. We have lots of time
Good.
with the interviews as well too that I'm very excited to kind of
I
dive
just
into.
don't want you to forget about that. 'cause
No
it's
way.
So exciting. As an artist, it's so exciting.
Well, let's prime the audience right now, just to get them really excited into our second part here for tonight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your Italian cooking trip?
I will. So in October,
Mhm.
I'm taking a group of 10 people to Italy,
Yes.
and we are doing 8 days of touring, cooking, and painting
Amazing.
in Umbria. So
It has been a full combination of what we've been doing these past 2 days as well too. It's been painting, been cooking. So where exactly do you go?
we're going to Umbria, so
Mhm.
which is north of Rome, so
Yeah.
south of Tuscany.
Mhm.
It's a region in Italy. Of course, they're very proud about all the foods and things that they
As they should.
cook. And we go to all the little places that you normally wouldn't go to.
Mhm.
Like you have to rent a car to go to most of the places.
Mhm. Mhm.
So So, for instance, we'll go to an old like an old fort. We go to a place called Monster Park. That's figures and animals made out of stone. Where else do we do? We do a couple of cooking classes.
Yeah.
We go to a cheese place, but all real mom and pop sort of places because they're very big on agritourism. So agriculture.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How long have you done that?
So I've gone twice now and taken groups, and I'll probably go every 2 years. So it's an amazing trip. So it's like the all-inclusive of Italy.
Yeah.
They pick us up. It's door drop off, door pick up in the morning. They drive us around. Like it's really
pretty much an all-inclusive package.
Yeah, and all the food, all the drinking, all the wine, everything is included. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And I teach 2 classes, and I teach it at his farmhouse, and we have a beautiful view of the olive grove and the grapes. It's amazing.
Right on. That is, well, we're going to ask a few more questions in regards to that as well too, for folks who are still inclined to learn a little bit more about that as well too. But it looks like this is pretty much all finished as well too.
That's it.
That is amazing. That was so simple. Like you said, you had all the tools and ingredients out kind of all prepared for us as well too. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really comes down to just putting your hands to it, folks?
And the crackers. Did you want to know what the crackers were? So I did, in addition, when I make a pasta, I usually make a simple salad.
That's right. Okay.
So I was going to make the bocconcini salad, but I ran out of time. So I just made a simple tossed salad with a honey balsamic dressing.
That sounds tasty.
And you just basically pour that on top. But my favorite thing, and I'm not going to put a ton of them in, because you have to put them in fresh, because if you leave them in the salad and you stick it in the fridge, then it goes soggy.
Right.
But I love to use Vinta crackers instead of croutons because they're softer.
Yeah.
And I crush them and I put them in the salad.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. I find
so
croutons
delicious.
are just too dry.
They're such a good flavor, and they're perfect in a salad. That's my little tip. So anyways, I don't think we're going to toss this up unless you guys are going to eat it after.
Well, that's, I think, all the time we have right now when it comes to this. So I think we're going to just take one good look at that as well, too, folks. That looks absolutely splendid. Just in case you just witnessed this entire bit.
I'm just going to lay these on top like that.
Yeah, and more. So please feel free to just rewind that back and watch it all again as well, too. This has been the Windy City's Finest. I'm Clark. He's Perry. We'll catch you next time.
It's Clark and Perry on the case. Clark and Perry, do what it takes. Clark and Perry, investigate.
The activities and interests of local artists in the Windy City's Finest throughout both Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, Alberta. Available on TELUS, Optic TV, On Demand, VidFlex, YouTube, and more for limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.